Welcome to the woods. It's a beautiful day here today. 2 days of sunshine makes a world of difference. Now before I start, I'm going to have to apologise to all of you that are watching this expecting some deep dive into the theology of Christianity and paganism, a long litany of right and wrong and the historical benefits and misdemeanours of either religion, because as is usually the case with my videos, that's not what you're going to get. But those two religions were chosen for a specific reason, and that is because within our circle, within the people that watch my videos, they seem to be the two most prevalent religions or spiritual paths that people have taken. Now, because of the nature of religion, I have heard it said that religion is much like a penis, insofar as you shouldn't take it out in public and never try to force it down someone's throat. But there's a reason I want to talk about it, and that's because firstly, it's a very important point, issue, and secondly, because it causes division. And in this day and age, facing what we're about to face, division is something we could do without. Now, I understand that one man's spiritual beliefs, deeply held usually, are very difficult to contradict. Spirituality or religion is so deeply held by some that it is the most important principle in their life. Most everything else can be forsaken if they believe that what they're doing, what they're saying, the way they're acting is in accordance with the way their spiritual belief tells them they should live their life. And therefore, it's not difficult to see why it will cause division between Christianity and paganism or heathenism. The reason being is that both sides believe they're right. And it could be that both sides are right. There are historical reasons for the animosity, and I'm sure most people watching this will be well aware of those. Many people have asked me if I'm a Christian or if I'm a pagan. And it's a question, not that I don't like to answer, But I always feel that my answer leaves them wanting. It's not what they want. They would much rather I said yes to one of them. They would much rather put me in that pigeonhole. I will say that the way I live my life, surrounded by nature, trying to the best of my abilities to live in tune with nature, has me leaning towards a pagan or heathen philosophy. But a little about myself. I was raised a Catholic, so have a grounding in the Christian faith, and looked into and practiced paganism during my late teens and early 20s, and find myself today living the way I do. The real reason for this chat is that when I was talking about those 10 points that people found important, religion and spirituality came up many times. It's an important, integral part of who we are. And for both of the religions I'm speaking about, for both of those spiritual paths, it offers those who believe hope, guidance, knowledge, community, things that are sadly lacking in today's society. And we can see that both faiths have been attacked, that Christianity is still under attack, and it's fairly easy to figure out why they would want to eradicate someone's spiritual belief. It's difficult to control someone if it goes against their core spiritual understandings. Now, the title of this video, Christianity versus Paganism, is what I see playing out time and time again. Is the arguing and the fighting and the division between these two groups. And I'm not saying that you're ever going to solve that, or that it's even right to try. But I do believe that maybe we need a framework of congeniality. We need an understanding that one man's faith is his personal choice, and as long as the teachings and practices within that path do no harm to the greater group, then he should be allowed and indeed encouraged to follow that path. You may not believe yourself. You may think that his choice is incorrect. But we need, now more than ever, to be united. The reason for these 10 points is to try and clarify a destination, to put together something that we can all aim towards, regardless of differences. Something we can agree on. So I'm not here to advocate for Christianity, and I'm not here to advocate for heathenism or paganism. Either of those paths would be personal choice for you, for anyone. I've touched on what those religions can give you, and we should understand that that's a powerful thing, and they will try to ensure that your faith is ridiculed and diminished, because then it's so much easier to control you. That sun's bright, isn't it? My personal choice is nature-based. I can get wisdom, knowledge, a sense of well-being from being in nature. It gives me a place where I can feel in touch with something bigger and larger than myself. Can you hear the crows? I've got 2 families of crows that have moved into the woods. I've got one at the back end and another family moved in at the front end. Quite noisy. So what can I tell you apart from it's fairly obvious that between those 2 groups, between the Christian and the pagan, there are going to be differences. But there's also common ground, regardless of historical animosity. And for the sake of unity, maybe it's time to agree to disagree, but try pulling or pushing in the right and same direction. Personally, I have no issue with one man's religion, as long as he doesn't try to force it down my throat. I'm willing to listen, and hopefully he'll be willing to listen to my argument, should there be one. So be you Christian or pagan, there's a lot of common ground for us, and as we go forward, we're going to need to get along. And I don't suppose for 1 minute that all of the harms that have been done in the name of religion on either side will ever be forgotten. But like a quarrel between brothers, sometimes it's best to patch things up as best you can in order to save the whole family. So on this beautiful day, I'm going to leave you with the words of an old comedian, Dave Allen. I'll wish you well. I'll say goodbye. And may your God or your gods go with you. I'll speak to you soon, you lot. Hopefully, we can move forward together. I'll see you all soon.